we just have to see how exhausted we'll be after the flight and like how much time it will take us to, you know, get out of the airport, figure out how the heck to get from Heathrow to our hotel, and then, you know, is your room gonna be okay, or will we have something to possibly complain about? I don't know. So depending on how all of that goes, we'll have to see how the rest of the day goes, and then maybe the next day we still might take things kind of chill and not like immediately have, you know, a whole citywide trip planned. But I don't know. We really have to see. Part of me likes that, you know, there is no timely stress about doing that and that and that and that on those certain dates. But another part of me, oh, this is dangerous. The autistic part of me is like, oh my god, I want a schedule. How can we just go there and not really know what we're gonna do and when we're gonna do it? It's like there are two sides of my brain constantly clashing against each other now, because one is like, okay, we can have a chill vacation, you know? This will be our first vacation together, like proper vacation. We don't need to stress out about this. We can take a chill pill. It's okay. We have like 2 weeks. Yes, in a way 2 weeks will not be enough, but you know, we don't need to do everything right away. But then there's the other part that's like planning. Need a schedule. Need everything set out like yesterday. It's something. Okay. I need to scratch my nose. Help. Mew. There are just so many pretty flowers. I promise we're not gonna walk across the entire biome, but across some of it. And like, mainly I didn't want to like immediately leave the biome again, because that is what it looked like when we would have went. If we would have just kept walking east after we entered here. Oh, there we go. And yeah, that's gonna fill up the inventory. As expected. But most things do fit in there right now already. That's good. A few more of these little guys. Some more pretty roses. I love these biomes so much. They just have all the good stuff. We have a lush swamp, I think it was called, coming up. Oh, so many red hydrangeas. Alice hydrangeas. Perfect. Alice is the name of one of our babies in Paralives. And when this video is being uploaded, I currently have no idea if Paralives will be uploaded. A small part of me is currently like, okay, I'm recording so much, so well today, that I can basically get all of Life in the Woods taken care of today. Then tomorrow I can do Animal Shelter, which also isn't that much, and again, the episodes are only half the length of Life in the Woods. So there is maybe a chance that I don't have to say goodbye to the daily Paralives upload after all. But then I think about the fact, okay, Sunday evening right now. Thursday, we're getting up at like 4 a.m. to drive to the airport, and maybe I want to relax for 1 second before that. I don't know how things will go. That also stresses me out a little, you know? Like, I just wish I would have gotten started on all of this earlier. I mean, I was really trying, but who could have guessed that I will lose my vision from ADHD meds and get a rash that can very easily put you in the hospital, and it's just the timing of life. Complete middle finger. I mean, I'm glad that I was able, you know, to figure all these things out so far with the meds and realize, you know, maybe that one med was not quite it for me, and, you know, I am currently in a life position where I can do that, you know. I'm trying to become self-employed. I don't have actual responsibilities, you know. I don't have directly any pet that I am like pretty much the sole caretaker of. You know, like I feel like if we were, it's still, I can't say if we are going to take Sugar with us or not when we move out. Obviously, you know, part of me very much wants to because I adore her. Same thing for the boyfriend. And she adores me. I guess we will see during the vacation how well she can do without us. But then there's the fact that it's just gonna end up being the two of us with the dog. And she's a spoiled, sheltered dog. She only wants the fancy food. That's expensive. Vet costs can go very high very quickly before you even realize. She loves long, long, long walks, which, you know, I might be able to do, yes, but there's still a part of me that is incredibly scared of going on a walk alone with her after, you know, she had broken my collarbone. Given that she was even able to pull over my dad, who has like a tall, bulky build, and he was prepared because he saw the deer and he realized the dog was seeing the deer, so he like started, you know, putting his legs already in a way that he wouldn't necessarily be pulled when she starts running, and yet she pulled him over. And you know, just when you think, okay, yeah, it's been like over a year since she did that. Maybe I could dare go on a walk with her myself again. And then a day later, your dad's like, yeah, by the way, the dog was the reason I fell yesterday. And I'm just like, okay, never mind then. I guess I won't be doing that. But yeah, I mean, she is getting a lot better at listening. Like a few days ago, my dad went on a short little evening walk with her. My mom and I were outside when he came back. And then she was like super happy to see us and she wanted to go inside super quickly. And my dog, my dad handed me the leash. And the dog was like, oh my god, let's get inside now. And she started running and she was like still on the leash. And I was like, oh my god, she's gotta be the reason I'm gonna fall onto my face in the comfort of my own home. And I was just like, oh my god, Sugar, stop. And she stopped. To be fair, there was no animal that she was trying to chase in that moment. So, oh my god, these trees look so different in this biome. I was like, what am I looking at here? It's cool. So, yeah, but I do want to get started on, you know, being more comfortable taking her on walks and stuff. But it's like really hard to say, you know, if we're gonna end up taking her. You also have to add in the fact that, like, apartments already, finding one these days, hard. Finding one that's affordable, very, very hard. Finding one that's affordable and allows pets, good luck. Yeah, good luck with that. So that's also definitely playing into it. But, you know, as of right now, there are 3 other people living with me, and if I'm like a little bit out of it because I'm trying out scary medications, and there's gonna be, oh my god, there's so much moss here. That's more moss than I've ever seen in any other place. You know, if I'm not like able to, you know, feed the dog, then there's still someone else who can do it. If we would be in a situation, you know, we've moved out and it's just gonna be the boyfriend, who's, chances are he's not gonna have home office right away in his career or at all times, you know, like my dad is just constant home office. He doesn't ever really have to go into the office. You know, a lot of places are like, okay, you can work from home like 2 or 3 days a week, and, you know, so I'm in a position where I can try out these things that are very much affecting my ability to perform basic tasks. You know, and if I end up kind of struggling with side effects and stuff, then that's okay, because there are still like other people able to run the household and, you know, in certain cases also just take care of me, rather than, you know, me being, I don't know, 30 and having a kid and having a dog, and then yeah, good luck good luck in that case. So I guess, yeah, it is technically now a good time to figure out what sort of medication I need, what dosage I need, and all of that. But at the same time, maybe starting right with a heat wave, doing it so shortly before vacation. All things I didn't really consider, I just previously heard about people, they start taking ADHD medication and their lives are pretty amazing then. Maybe some struggles here and there. But I never heard about Steven Johnson syndrome before. I haven't heard about people having vision issues because they're on ADHD meds. If I had known that, I would have been like, okay, let's start the medication after we get back from the vacation. Because these, 1.5 months to really figure everything out, that's a short time. I didn't think it would take me 3 meds, or who knows, maybe even more possibly, to find the right medication. I'll have to see what my psychiatrist is gonna... Okay, for a second I thought that Poppy was dropped, and I was like, how? What caused it to drop? It should be able to be placed there. Vision issues, there you go again. But no, I haven't noticed anything. It's incredible how I can just look at the time on the second monitor now of how long I've been recording, and I can read it. It's not blurry numbers all kind of becoming one squiggly mess. Like, no, I can tell you currently I've been recording for 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 44 minutes and 1 second. I couldn't do that 1 or 2 weeks ago. It was way too blurry. It whoever goes yeah, okay, that's a side effect you can have when you start ADHD medication. I mean, maybe some places, if you spend crazy amount of time looking at everything that could happen, but in my case, that's not something I did. Maybe I should have done it. I don't know. It was quite the interesting surprise for sure, but, in the end, I am able to currently do this. I don't have a job I need to go to and, show up on time and see things. And I don't even know. Lots of other normal daily life features. I can currently give myself the little bonus of figuring out how to live life. Quite literally in a way, Good time to make new shears, I think. Okay, and time to set up a little bit. Honestly, I think after this episode I will take a tiny break. Probably grab a few snacks. And, maybe do a tiny bit more packing preparations. Maybe already put together all the toiletries and stuff. I don't know. Oh, please no snow. Please no snow. No. Because, as much as I want to get recording stuff done today, I do also want to, work on other stuff too. It doesn't matter if I'm prepared for the vacation content-wise, if I don't have anything prepared for the vacation physically in real life, really. That's also kind of important if you're leaving, I think. Unless I just want to wear the same clothes for 2 weeks. You. Don't like the thought of that. No. Come on, please. Okay, sharks. We will have to make boats again. We still have a good amount of food. I didn't think we'd have that much left still. How much does the snowy... 105! Sure. The snow apparently is less laggy than one of these forests without the snow. Do I have to understand this? Let's make a pack. We can farm those. That's okay. But yeah, today is definitely this is going very well. I mean, now I'm on the 7th episode that I I'm recording today. Technically not a lot. Technically that's something I could do on an average day. You know, if the boyfriend leaves work at like 7:30 and he comes back at like 5:30 or even later, I could get quite a few episodes done in that time. That's still been such a struggle, you know? Like, first I was just like a depressed mess without any energy. Then I had all the ADHD struggles, and while I did have motivation here and there, it was never fully consistent. It still isn't fully consistent. And I'm still, you know, trying to figure out things there in that area. And I don't know. I mean, I would say maybe I should try having more like protein-ish breakfasts, but I mean, I could try that tomorrow, I guess. I don't know, do I still have any protein things I could really... For a second I thought it was like a pillar from a structure, and... Ah, we have a hickory tree. Do we? No, that's the tree. Okay, sorry, I said nothing. I don't want a hickory tree though, and not a abandoned blacksmith, and not a fishing hut. I want a fancy new structure with chiseled ice blocks. Please. Oh, 2 of these actually. Nice. And these don't count as structures. These are also like all over the place if you play Life in the Woods in a flat world setting, then they also just spawn constantly. It's sort of like, I don't know, just like a big bush, I guess. Okay. I guess we're also just gonna get some violets. Oh, iron. But you know, fingers crossed that I'll have most likely a few, I mean, I'm not fingers crossed for that, but I'm assuming I have a few sort of messy days when we get back from vacation, you know, adjusting to being around my parents again, and, you know, just getting back, settling back in, and, yeah, starting to record again, all that sort of stuff. Like, yes, I will have 2 days that I'll have off still to, you know, fully come back home, but after that I can just, you know, focus on getting a productive daily routine into my life. That I don't always go back to bed in the morning, even if it can't help the ADHD meds kicking in, you know, because, you know, I'm tired when I wake up, when the boyfriend has to get ready for work. Take the pill when, you know, we have our breakfast together. Then he goes off. I'll lay back down for like a little bit. Usually I'm already just on my phone, not even asleep. That only rarely happens when I'm like super tired. And then after a little bit, the meds start kicking in, and then it's just like the struggle of the full motivation to get out of bed. Thank you. Of course, I'll take free stuff. I'm never gonna say no to that. Yeah, it's just... I just would like that, you know, I have like my... let's say 2 or 3 days per week where I focus on content creation, you know. Maybe that also already includes a bit of streaming, possibly. I don't know, but, you know, just to give like a rough time estimate, and then the other 2 or 3 days I could use for other creative things that, you know, could also possibly lead to a job one day. Like, you know, I could finally get back to writing, could maybe work on some artsy stuff, finally dare to open Blender again, maybe. Because there is so much I want to do, but life is a struggle. Don't see any fishing huts currently, which, you know, I appreciate. Oh, and we actually have more plains, snowy plains, or taiga there. So please no penguins, please no penguins. We are so going to find penguins. And I will be so sad. What we see now on the map, I assume is just like a little lava pond with probably some stone in between. Oh, they already have a... No, this is ice plains. What was this called? a tundra, I think. I think that's a tundra. But don't quote me on that. Those tend to spawn a lot around snowy biomes. I think taking a little break after this episode might also just be good to hydrate a little bit, because I'm just noticing like my lips are kind of dry, my throat. I could probably use a bit of hydration. Wouldn't hurt. I can, you know, maybe then I'll fold the laundry that's currently sitting downstairs. 1 to 2. Yes, it's a tundra. Okay. Good to know. Good to know I still know some biome names. Hey, you know, I should probably do the responsible thing. Just because I'm taking a break from recording doesn't mean I get to be unproductive. Could have meant I get to be unproductive if I had been more productive over like the last week or so, but no, I was not recording enough in advance, so now I get a little slap on the wrist for that. From myself. Fingers crossed that tomorrow I don't go back to bed. That I stay awake and that I get some crap done. Because I very much have to. Because if I do, there is a chance we could stay at 3 daily uploads while I'm gone. Maybe there's even a chance I could finally get the first damn SMP video out, which I very much want to do. Been meaning to do that for so long. I thought I would have it done by now, but no, it's just all... There's so much footage that I need to go through, and then it's also, you know, it will be a heavily edited video that already by itself takes more time than what we currently have going on here, you know, duh. But it's also a video style I don't really do a lot, so, you know, that adds even more time to the editing process. Then, you know, I want to do a voiceover for a lot of parts that requires like a little bit of script writing, and then recording that and editing the audio part, ideally adding in, you know, a few more clips, because suddenly I was talking for too long and I'm like, no, this is important, I need to leave that in the video. So then I need to find some footage that still kind of matches the point of progression that we were in around the time. And it's just very different from starting up Live in the Woods, starting the recording, having one cut the beginning of the recording, having one at the end of the recording. If it's a longer recording session, having one around every 30 minutes. Maybe another little cut if the game crashed or there's a background interruption that I needed to pause for. But, you know, the amount of cuts I do otherwise in my videos, at least in the Let's Play videos, very limited. Sim speed builds do have more editing, yes, but I feel like you can't really compare those to what I plan to do with the SMP footage. And yeah, to be fair, I did already have like 1 or 2 other, I think 1, no, I have some other videos that may have been uploaded, some that at some point will finally be uploaded, that also just are a bit more edited. I mean, I meant to make, you know, 3 daily uploads. 6 PM is Cozy, 8 PM is Life in the Woods, and 9 PM is some other random game that we're playing. Maybe a simulator, maybe another cozy game, maybe, I don't know, something else. And then on Fridays, there would be a 4th daily upload, which would be a Sims speed build. I'm currently not feeling Sims, so maybe I'm gonna start doing Paralife speed builds. I don't know, it's hard to say right now. Or maybe I'll just switch between both, I don't know. But I also meant to turn Mondays into the other video days where, you know, I'd do a bit more editing, and then we'd have, you know, a short playthrough of a short game. That's just, you know, if the game itself has like, let's say 40 minutes of game content, I'd cut that down to like 10 minutes, and, you know, that was the plan, to basically have 23 videos every week, plus the occasional short. Oh, I also have so many short clips that I've been meaning to work on. Like, I already have some... We're gonna risk it with one boat and I will regret it. Unless it's already full land over there, then maybe we'll be okay. But I don't think so, because that looks very islandy. Yeah, it's just, there's so much I want to do. And sometimes, for a brief moment, it does feel possible when the ADHD meds are at their highest. But not always, and especially now that I have ones that don't last like for the full day and only like a few hours. You know, I do see some issues here and there. But you know, we'll see how we've been finding a lot of these today. Usually we didn't ever find that many while traveling, I feel like. Thank you. One boat was okay after all, I'm glad. I didn't want to like go through the struggle of making new boats and blah blah blah, given that the episode is basically about to be over. Let's take a little screenshot here. But yeah, so much yapping. So much yapping about so many different topics. For a second I thought the swamp bluebells. Bluebells, okay, no, not swamp, just bluebells. We're in the Mijas, so I was double checking that. Better. No, so many butterflies. I like this area. This is cute. And yeah, I don't know. We'll probably record a bit more in like half an hour or so. Okay, we're gonna be back on ocean. I was afraid this would just be a plains island and the little forest there was just a little distraction to convince me to go on land here. But hey, it worked, you know. We got a boat, we can craft new boats. We can maybe even sleep. We're on a safe area to log out and start a new episode in. That all is going to work. Okay. This backpack is filling up very, very fast. Did we get over a stack of these already? Nah, we just have 18 in total, I guess. Okay. Haven't collected that many. Not ideal, but okay. That. 5 pieces of wood and the bed. Then we do that. Crafting table goes back. 2 beds go in there. Actually, we can grab another burger already. That the bed will actually... No, first we get the bed, then we get the backpack back to put the bed into the backpack. Struggling with lots of things here. But yeah, this might be, I don't know, a minute shorter than some of the other episodes, depending on how I place the cuts. But you know, it's like for me, I say 30 minutes is like the norm. If I go 31 minutes, maybe even 32 or 33 if I do a super long outro, I'm like, that's fine. The second video is like 29 minutes and 59 seconds. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm scamming people. Yeah, we might have a slight scam in this episode. I apologize, but I mean, what are we gonna do? Lock out in the middle of the ocean and lose our boat? Because sometimes that kind of happens and it's scary and I don't want to deal with that. And enough yapping. Thank you guys very much for being here. I hope August is going well for you. I hope it's going well for me too. I hope I'm having lots of good food. And yeah, thank you for being here. Stay hydrated, stay happy, take your meds, take your vitamins, wear sunscreen, eat your fruits, eat your veggies, and yeah.